Howdy, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. Today, I have two stories for you. One is a petty revenge story about work, and the other one is about choosing to go to your grandfather's funeral over your child's first ultrasound. So let's go. Story 1. Sorry, it's not in my job description. Several years ago, I worked a sales job I hated. I was brand new, barely given any training, like a half day to learn how to operate their system. One of my coworkers who sat next to me was one of the top sales reps in the department. The purpose of sitting a newbie and someone like her together was so the noob learns. But teaching junior reps is technically not in their job description. That leads me to the day I have a potential sale on the phone and I got stuck on product knowledge due to my newness. I asked her a simple yes/no question and she tells me, "Sorry, it's not in my job description to help you." I ended up trying to find someone else for help, and by the time I got the answer, the prospect already hung up. Shortly afterwards, I left that company and found my footing, where I currently have been nearly the last decade. We got a new sales rep on our team last week. Guess who it is? She knows who I am too. A few minutes ago, she just asked me a product-related question, and I said those same exact words back to her with a huge smirk on my face. Sorry, it's not in my job description. Ha 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 ha. Finally, justice is mine. She lost the sale because of the same reason I lost mine to top it off. My boss is probably going to talk to me about this later, and I don't care. Comment 1. Oh, karma. You little old beauty, you. Comment 2. Karma really does have a way of circling back when you least expect it. Comment 3. I had a coworker years ago that told me to stop helping the new guy. I was only like 1 or 2 months in longer than the new guy because he would take my job and do it cheaper. I told him if my knowledge helped the new guy get ahead of me, it would be my own fault for not getting any better than I currently was. A few years later, guess which two guys were running the projects and who they had working for them. Comment 4. I'd tell your boss it's a lesson she needs to learn. A little humility. From here on, I would be the bigger person and help. Point made. A favorite author of mine calls this vindictive forgiveness because it's the nastiest thing you can do. Comment 5. She had it coming. Comment 6. She only had herself to blame. Comment 7. I'd tell your boss the whole story. They will probably rethink hiring someone who is not a team player. Comment 8. Wonderful. I've had similar stuff happen. Two can play that game. I'm fine with that. Comment 9. You didn't burn a bridge. You just let her walk across it and then gently pulled the last plank. That's patience, not pettiness. Comment 10. I'll never understand why people can't just be helpful. If that person hadn't been a beast, you would have helped them. Comment 11. Justified karma. Check. I totally agree with all of these comments. Be careful with your actions because they will come back around to haunt you. Story 2. Am I the donkey for choosing to go to my grandfather's funeral over my unborn daughter's 20-week ultrasound? My wife, female 25, and I, male 26, are expecting a baby girl due in November. We are both so excited for it. I've been talking to her through my wife's belly, being excited, feeling kicks, all of the fun stuff. 3 weeks ago, we scheduled a 20-week ultrasound. It'll be closer to 22 weeks. The last week and a half, my grandfather's health had been slowly diminishing. I had a talk with my father and family and were told that sometime within a week of his passing, we would have the funeral. This made my wife and I have to talk about the plan. I was asked to be a pallbearer at the funeral. She said she'd want to just stay home with the dogs so we didn't have to board them, and that I can go by myself to the 4 to 4.5 hour trip up north to my father's hometown. Unfortunately, my grandfather passed away late last night / early this morning. I called my father to make sure he was okay, which he was holding on as much as one would when your father passes away. But I was told the funeral would be held at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. This just so happens to be the exact same day that my wife has the ultrasound. My wife is now upset that I plan to go to my grandfather's funeral instead of going to the ultrasound appointment. I said, well, we could FaceTime, but it's my grandfather. I know FaceTime isn't the same, but she said, yeah, but this is your daughter. Now she is mad and upset at me. I'm emotionally torn from this because I'm so excited for my baby girl, but also really sad about my grandfather. I want to know if I'm being the donkey here. My wife's feelings are always going to be valid, but I feel like mine aren't being considered in this situation. I don't know. Comment 1. Not the donkey. The appointment could be rescheduled. The funeral cannot be. I've delivered 5 children. I was glad when my husband could be at the appointments, but often he couldn't be. It's not the end of the world. Comment 2. I don't understand why the answer isn't automatically to reschedule the appointment. There's a family member's funeral. Why isn't the wife's automatic reaction to immediately call the doctor's office and request it to be moved, after she's comforted her husband, of course? I get that OP's wife probably has a lot going on in terms of hormones, but getting upset at OP for going to his grandfather's funeral instead of this checkup seems really heartless to me. Comment 3. Why is wife okay to miss the funeral because of dogs, but he can't miss the ultrasound because of a funeral? Comment 4. This is a reschedule ultrasound situation. The OB would easily do this because funerals take precedent over a routine appointment. I'm shocked your wife wouldn't do this automatically and want to support you. Comment 5. Most places would understand a change like this. In general, deaths in family are reasons to be able to reschedule things easily. That said, did wife even try? Comment 6. Your wife needs to reschedule the ultrasound like a normal, compassionate spouse and go to the funeral with you. She is the only donkey here. Comment 7. Yeah, I'm so confused why the wife automatically said she wasn't going to the funeral. She needs to go and support her husband. Comment 8. I only read the title to your post and can say you should go to the funeral. Your daughter's ultrasound can be rescheduled. The funeral cannot. Comment 9. Not the donkey, and I'm literally currently pregnant. It's not that big of a deal. It's a long, boring appointment. She can also very easily call to reschedule, leading her case. She's being unnecessarily emotional when she should be more supportive. It looks like everybody agrees in the comments that OP is not the donkey for going to his grandpa's funeral over his daughter's ultrasound appointment, and I am inclined to agree. This is your grandfather, and your family needs you. Also, you probably need your family. Like everybody has said, the appointment can be rescheduled. Let me know what you guys think about these stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!